Hello everyone, back again. This is allegedly Donald Trump here. I believe this is part 11. And I have some disappointing news. I was a little busy recording my videos, like I do. And I made a new commercial about going after the insurance companies, even though I control the insurance companies. And we are all working together, but we have to make sure that we feel like you're part of my group. So I will use the script of the insurance companies being a bunch of a-holes to make myself look good, just like all the fake crisis acting events and such where I supposedly was about taken out like 3 times. It's always a white guy, it's the same old script over and over, and no one really seems to care. But anywho, the very disappointing news, because I'm Donald Trump and I keep you listening and I don't just get to the point. I learned that from Obama. He's very good at that. He's not. Sometimes he's a good guy, sometimes he's a bad guy. Just depends. I have to admit it. I have not been getting answers back from my favorite YouTuber, Silent Castle Variety. That's Silent Castle with a K. K-A-S-T-L-E. Silent Castle Variety. Big fan. He's a good guy. He's not very good at answering my text messages, my emails, my TikToks, my Instagrams, my Facebooks. All that. I got a whole team tracking him down, and he's still not answering. He's acting like he's so much busier than everybody else. Like, oh, look at me. I'm off work. Or I have Christmas plans or whatever. Or, this and that. But Donald J. Trump, he needs to get in contact with his favorite YouTuber. And he's going to tell Silent Castle Variety, give him the what for. Let's just say that. Because he's ignoring me. And I'm getting a little upset about it, frankly. I am Donald J. Trump, as you can tell. And I'm not really the type to really show a lot of emotion, except on my YouTube channel, my several YouTube channel, that I actually copied the name. I copied the Xoyni name from that jobber loser. He's a fat, lazy scrub with no friends, and he's a geek. He's not even a nerd. He's not even smart. He's just stupid, lazy, low-energy guy. Not a very good guy either. Very bad content. Not like Silent Castle Variety. He's got the good content, but you don't want to follow Xoyni. So what I did was I hacked his accounts, as Donald J. Trump does. And I've been putting my videos up on his channels, just so all of his followers, whatever you want to call them, his viewers, they know. And I have it set up where he allegedly can't see it, but everyone else can see him. They can see what I'm saying, but he has no idea I'm even on his page, etc. Because this is Donald J. Trump, very clearly, very obviously. And I had to find a way to make him lose bigly, because he's a low-energy guy, low-energy loser, not like Silent Castle Variety. Now that's my kind of guy right there. And he won't answer any of my telegrams, my WhatsApps, my carrier pigeons, my smoke signals, any of them. I've tried just showing up at his door, no answer. I don't know what more to do. Alright? I'm just trying to get in contact with Silent Castle Variety. And if you are a good Republican, conservative, Christian, well, I'm not Christian, but I want the Christian vote, of course, so to speak, even though it doesn't count. Not allowed to say all this stuff, but I'll have to answer to the big oil overlords one of these days, or the Jesuits. Both of them. I'm going to be going through some more humiliation rituals. One of my favorite ones is when we all got in our underwear and had swords put to our throats and say, "You can never reveal our secrets, Donald." And I gladly took him up on that offer. Because I'm the type of guy, I'm the type of good guy. Not a bad guy. Where I like to be in my underwear, okay? I like swords at my throat. And I like to submit in the sense of, I will keep the secrets. It's very Masonic. And then we, swore on the Bible and got the Masonic Bible. And they said something about when I die, they're going to collect the Masonic Bible so no one knows the truth. But when you get to the 30th plus degree, that we're really learning that Lucifer is a light bearer, and really we're learning about Satan and worshiping Satan, but we're not allowed to say it. And then the low tier members can never learn because they're never going to get probably to above the 3rd degree, like your local people. Low energy losers, frankly. They'll never be Donald Trump. Never. I'm even doing the hand movements and whatnot. The hands to the side, the hands up. Yep. I tried telling them hands up, don't fire, but they fired, even though it was scripted. So, I'd like to formally, this hurts my fart, it hurts my fart, it hurts my heart very much, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to possibly cancel Silent Castle Variety. I'm going to have to unsubscribe to him. And he's going to notice, because all those subscribers, he's going to notice one of them are missing. And he's going to know it was Donald J. Trump. And he'll know that he was in the wrong for not answering my messages. And I'm formally, as of right now, unless he makes some changes in his life, becomes a very strong Republican, conservative, MAGA supporting, which is MAGA is the high tier of the Church of Satan, but that's neither here nor there. I better see on his next video where he comes out and says, "I repent of my sins, that I did not support Donald Trump enough. I did not wear his red hat that says MAGA, which is the high tier of Satan." If he doesn't, if I see his next video being something like a room tour, or a new opening, or a speculation video, or the worst thing he could possibly ever do, a video with X, O, Y, and I. If I ever see it again, I'm going to seriously consider unsubscribing. I'm going to seriously consider taking down the fan club. And there's a lot of fans in the Silent Castle Variety channel fan club. There's Art the Clown. There's Madonna. We got The Weeknd. We got Playboy Cardi. We got Lil Uzi Vert. We got Noah, Yuval Noah Harari, Larry Ellison, Elon Musk. We got them all. If you can think of more, we got them. You know what? I even invited people I can't stand. We got Joe Biden. We got Barry Obama Sotoro. We got Michael Obama. We got Bill Gates. We got Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris. I got all my family involved. We got Melania. We got Ivanka. We got Barron. We got them all. They're all there in the fan club. And he has no idea that he has such a following in the political, satanic, Freemasonic, secret society community. And we are a community. Except Art the Clown. He's kind of weird. I think he's a Democrat or something. I haven't figured that out yet. You know, I always try to talk to him. He's always making faces at me and whatnot. He seems to go along with things and then he never follows through. It's one of those, bad situations where it's like a very bad relationship with Art the Clown. Because I put in everything and I get nothing back. And I'm thinking that there's something wrong with this guy. I'm starting to think he's a bad guy. I'm thinking he voted for Obama, Biden, and Kamala Harris. I think he voted against me twice. 3 times. All 3 times I ran, I think he voted... Was it 3 times? I think it was 3 times. So he voted Kamala Harris over me for sure. He voted for Biden over me. And he voted for Hillary. I can tell. He's a real scumbag, that Art the Clown. But you know what? I'm going to cancel his Terrifier 4 movie. That's how I'm going to get revenge, because I'm a petty piece of crap. Or even better yet, I'll make Chris Jericho's scene in the Terrifier look minuscule in that. I will either put Silent Castle Variety, if he continues to ignore me. I've been trying to text him off of Xoyni's phone. I tried to trick him into responding by sending him some text about some Yu-Gi-Oh! Goat format stuff, teaching him how to play Clown Control. That's Art the Clown's favorite deck. It's actually very, very annoying to play against. I'm playing like my Goat Control, my Chaos, either my Chaos Control or like Chaos Turbo, and I keep losing down to Clown Control. And it's really messing with me. Sometimes I play Reasoning Gate, I still lose. I don't understand how to win. Like, the Reasoning Gate is like the wall. Like, it should be able to keep the clowns out. But for some reason, it's not working. So, there's that. But I have such a deep admiration for Silent Castle Variety that I feel like what we should do by torturing him is putting Xoyni in there. Put him in there, make him a jobber, make him job to Art the Clown. How about that? He's not going to be a main character now. He's not going to be like Sienna, or like the one brunette chick, or the one chick, the brunette chick's sister, or the little boy, Timothy, or thinking of his name. I'm losing track. I saw them all quickly, and it's all a blur. But big fan of the Terrifier movies is Donald J. Trump. Big fan. Wish Art the Clown was a little more social at the Mason meetings. But, you know, he's a government agent. He's a demon. He's a Freemason. We obviously see that. He's a Satanist. All things that we get along about. You know, we rub shoulders and, you know, whatever you say, rub hands or rubbing elbows, I think is the phrase. Like, I mean, I say this all the time. I am 80-something years old now. Like, I can't remember all of these things. How to speak. I don't really know how to read that well. I just read teleprompters and usually just kind of survive off of the emojis. But Donald Trump is just out here in the cold, walking around like a real alpha male would after 10 o'clock. And I hope no Democrat liberals are out here. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you see them. I see myself on the TV from previously recorded, be walking around. You know, I was even walking around Silent's hometown the one day, and I saw this old fart. He was watching Donald J. Trump on the TV. And I said, why are you watching that when you could be watching Art the Clown? Or Silent Castle Variety, or any number of other things except me just rambling on. There's so many other things to be doing with your life. And I'm 14 minutes in. I'm supposed to be playing a game and listening to music and stuff in my ear. But I'm so interested in this Silent Castle Variety dissing me. He better not make a response to this video. If he makes a response to this video, and he knows that I've been reaching out, and he's causing all these problems, we're going to have it out. And Donald Trump will challenge him to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. And whatever deck I need to pull out, I will do it. And I will wreck his warrior deck, or his heroic beast deck, or beat him with, he can play Altergeist, Trickstars, Cosmo. I do not care. Donald Trump will beat all of them. I know how to beat them all. I figured it out a long, long time ago. So, you know, I'll build the wall deck. I'll build the Trump deck. And we will win. We'll win bigly. Best 2 out of 3. Sweep. Going second, going first, doesn't matter. I'll beat Silent Castle Variety because I'm Donald Trump. And I am actually secretly the best Yu-Gi-Oh player ever. But don't tell anyone. And I also know my way around the wrestling video games, and Street Fighter, and Call of Duty, and Pokemon, and Bakugan, and I'll beat him at all of them. Because Donald J. Trump does not care. He'll pull out the gay deer, Xerneas, and he'll whoop your ass. And Silent Castle Variety thinks he's got Yveltal, and Mewtwo, and Darkrai, and all these big boys. Well, sometimes all you need to do is be Donald Trump. Because when you're Donald Trump, you never lose. Except that time I lost to Joe Biden, and the time I almost lost to Hillary, and the time I almost lost to Kamala Harris, and I lost in the popular vote to Barack Obama. And pretty much every day since I've been a mainstream politician. I beat Vince McMahon, though. And I beat the government. The only things I can really win are scripted. I mean, come on now, who's going to actually vote for me? I think this stuff's even real. I'm just a very charismatic talker, as you can tell. And I lost my train of thought because I'm old. Let's see here. In other news, I heard the Phoenix Suns won their basketball game today. I missed it because I was on a phone call with Art the Clown. I kept talking and talking like I do. He said no words. I knew he was there. I could hear him in the background. You don't hear him breathing. You don't hear anything. You just hear him, getting around and whatnot. Very weird guy. Very weird. Not a bad guy. Not a good guy. Just a clown guy. And I tried telling him how big of a fan I was, and that at least he would take my phone call, unlike Silent Castle Variety. If I have to, I will reveal his phone number live on the air. Alright? We don't want to take it there, Mr. Silent, if that is your real name. It's not like I don't have the CIA and whatnot to actually find your real name, your address, etc. I will come to your workplace. I will send my robots on you, like Baxter Stockman did on the Ninja Turtles. I'll send the Mousers after you if you don't return my call. Because this is Donald Trump speaking. As you can tell, is 100% authentic. This is really me. I really do sound like this. People say, like, why are you orange? Why do you talk funny? Like, why do you talk with your hands? All these different things. And I try to tell them, like, I don't have the answers for you, okay? Did you vote for me? And then these kids who aren't old enough to vote, they always tell me, like, no, Mr. Trump, I didn't vote for you. I'm not old enough. And I say, you're allowed to vote for whoever you want. You could even vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, you're getting blacklisted if you do. We're keeping track. We will make sure you are taxed heavily. You get no jobs when you become old enough. I have a serious lack of respect. I even did a video on Christmas. I was in Florida. Like the Mar-a-Lago script. You know who else was out in Florida? George Bush on the day of Nueve Uno. That was a major script too. That his dad was president 10 or 11 years to the day of Nueve Uno. So this would have been in 1990 or 1991. I believe it was 90, so it was 11 years to the day. He talked about the New World Order was going to take rule of law and whatnot, and the whole Texas conservative connection, and how no one really knows about the Bushes connected to Skull and Bones and really part of the CIA and Aleister Crowley, and how he let the serial killers off the loose in Texas, I believe. I forget who it was. Who was the guy? Was that I don't think it was John Wayne Gacy. He let someone out that was just a main obvious killer. I don't know if it was Otis Toole. It was somebody. I read it in this book. It's called Program to Kill by Dave McGowan. Great book. I actually have it in my book bag right now. I might actually read that book on screen, whether as Donald Trump or not. But if I read it as Donald Trump, like, I feel like people are going to think it's like a joke, and there's a lot of truth in there. So I might just take little snippets. You know, it talks about like SRA. It talks about a lot of like very vulgar, very mature topics. So, you know, people like XOY he can never talk about these topics because he'd say everything's a conspiracy and, you know, all these different things and whatnot. I think that book is great from what I've read. As Donald Trump, my actual opinion is it lies a lot. It lies about the DEA being part of pushing drugs into the system, and Barry Obama Soetoro, who's a close personal friend of mine, even though he claims to be a Democrat. I proclaim to be a Republican now, even though I was a Democrat all my life. Doesn't really make any logical sense to me, but, you know, when the big old overlords tell me what to do, unfortunately, I have to do it. When they say, oh, your wife's getting written out of the script, well, I guess my wife gets written out of the script. Pretty messed up stuff. Some people think that I'm supposed to, you know, be taken out. I mean, it was pretty obvious so many times that they predicted my demise of the land, Carter demise. Like when Snoop Dogg did it, Madonna was doing it, Kathy Griffin was doing it, and they called me the Clown House. They called the White House the Clown House. And I said, that is very disrespectful, Snoop Dogg. We were good buddies at one time, and then you do this to me. And you wonder why you're canceled. You're canceled from my show. You're not going on The Apprentice anymore. I'm going to invite Silent Castle Variety onto a special episode streaming on YouTube, specifically. Maybe even exclusively. We'll see. We'll see about the legalities. We're going to put him on The Apprentice just so I can tell him you're fired. And it's just very disappointing. Silent Castle could have done better. But he tried telling people like, oh, A Drive is a clickbaiter and Dark Arm Duelist doesn't know how to play Cosmos, and I mean there's some real conspiracy level stuff. Even though a conspiracy has nothing to do with being right or wrong, it actually has to do with people working together against each other, which, I mean, is pretty much clearly a fact. The CIA and the government and the Freemasons, the top tier Freemasons, excuse me, you know, all these are part of the system, and they hate everyone. They want us to, not us, but, you know, people who aren't Donald Trump, to not survive, and so be it. Oh, I called the reasoning right. Heck yeah, your Ash Blossom is not getting summoned. Alright, I'm playing my Yu-Gi-Oh game here, and I'll be honest, it's not actually mine. We seized this from Los Angeles, California, from XOY and I. He calls himself the Taffy Man on here. Like, come on now. Be a little more original. You could be anything, and you named yourself Taffy Man. Oh no, he's got the beat. Like the song, We Got the Beat. And he's got Raphael. So he's going to have a monster negation. Very unfortunate, because it kind of destroys my Heraldic Beast. Oh, and then he gets to look at his top cards. Does he want Ogre as an interruption? Wiz for an interruption, or Training for Hire is an interruption. Very good stuff. Kind of in a bad situation here. 2 Leos, a Unicorn, Aberconway, and Amphisbaena. So I'm not sure how this will work. I'm going to go Amphisbaena, send Leo. So I reckon he has to negate the Leo first. Cannot negate my inherent summon. Alright, activate Leo effect. You going to negate that? No, he is not. I'm going to add another Amphisbaena. Or, yes, Amphisbaena. Then I'm going to use Amphisbaena again. I'll send Unicorn. And I still have a normal summon and emergency teleport. So there's going to be some good stuff coming. To be fair, let's just be honest. It's going to be great. I should put Goyo Guard in that heroic challenger deck. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't think I was thinking very much, frankly. Okay. So, you go. I just need a monster to attack over Raphael. The only one I really have is Rebellion. I have to cut his points down and then go from there. He has the interruption. That's really the problem we're having here. Because if you negate Lavabo Chain, it's not going to help. I could go Lavabo Chain, send Trick Clown. Trick Clown comes out. That might be my best bet. Let's give that a try. Well, actually, the Trick Clown wouldn't be sent if it's negated. Duh. Misplay. I was thinking like the pay cost. Like, whatever. He might not even negate it. I mean, he's not negating it, so it's not like it really matters. I'll get back on track here soon. I plan on it. Ooh, I can go to Terry Beast. I wish it mattered. Right now. But I think for this video I covered the topic. I need Silent Castle to respond to me because I'm Donald Trump. I'm petty. And, you know, when you're petty like Donald Trump, you require a lot of attention. Because, you know, my wife doesn't give me any. Because I don't deserve it. That's just the truth of it. It's alright. We all know it to be the truth. But it's still a sad fact of life. She could find so much better. She could get herself a real man like Michael Obama. Oh yeah, I got my, did I get my Instagram suspended or something? Because I wrote I saw a picture of Michael Obama and I wrote, "It's a man" or something like that. That's hilarious. That was kind of dumb on my part, but it was funny, so fuck 'em. Excuse my language, but yeah. We know that Michael is a real man. We even saw Barry Obama, Sotoro, get interviewed. He's walking around the White House, I believe, in the green grass, and the interviewer's talking to him, and he goes, "My Michael and I mean Michelle." I mean, you can't be giving out your secrets there, Barry. You're telling too much. Trump never tells too much. This is why he hacked into XOYNI's channels, and he posts anonymously. So XOYNI has not figured out yet. If he ever does, there will probably be a video on that. I tell you what, not only have we been listening into him since of him writing the story that kind of was like Game of Thrones, long time ago as a small child, that he lost that book in the hotel. Maybe got thrown away. Maybe the CIA seized it. We don't know. Maybe Trump has it. We don't know. I am a very petty, weird type of guy. But I'm a good guy. My name is Donald J. Trump. We've had it out for XOYNI for quite a while. We've had an eye on him. We've seen that he's been uploading since approximately 2015. So he's got 10 years of YouTube experience already. He had some other guys on there. This guy named Red Archfiend King. We have some news that he's been talking with this Red Archfiend King guy. And he's been talking to one of his other players that he played high school basketball with. Not good guys. They probably didn't vote for me. Very terrible guys. And very disappointing that Xoyni has any subscribers. If we had a way, we would ban all subscribers from Xoyni's channel. The only content that ever gets so many views is Donald Trump invading. Especially since Dave Meltzer has been a real pain in the ass, taking down all the videos that he advertises of Dave Meltzer talking about wrestling. Real scumbag stuff there, Dave. And Jim Cornette also taking down the content, which really didn't get him views anyways. And Jim Cornette, he hates me. I don't know why. He says like, oh, President Pig shit, and you taking the rights from the people. And, you know, he's onto something there, but really he's just there to divide the people. Typical Masonic behavior. He's doing his job. He's being a good guy. Just hurt my feelings a little bit, as Donald J. Trump usually gets his feelings hurt, to be fair. Apparently there's some Lake Michigan thing going on. Sounds like another psyop. I hear all these liberals online talking about how, well, you know, demonetization and whatnot. And, you know, there's this guy on there. His name was Ackle 4. Alright? So spell this out and search this guy. I need you to search this guy. His name is Ackle 4. Like 4 is the next word. So it's like A-C-A-L-L and then space. So A space C-A-L-L space 4 F-O-R space and space U-P-R-I-S-I-N-G. Now this guy, he's a real bad guy. Now this guy, he's been calling out the script since before I was president. He says, well, I thought Hillary was going to win. I thought that would make good sense for the script. But then it made a lot more sense for Trump to be in. And that's why they scripted me to win. Because I do way better at dividing the world than Hillary. I already had the China script. I had the wall script. It was all set and ready to go. All Hillary could do was talk about emails. And then it was going to be fairly obvious that he was going to be taken out of power for a little bit. Have Joe Biden act like he's destroying the country. Change a bunch of laws. Make things terrible. And then they never recovered. Like Drake, Little Baby and Gunna. Never recover. Great song, great guys. And then it was also obvious, probably the most obvious ever, that Trump was going to come back and play his role as president after Biden supposedly destroyed everything, and then all the conservatives and the Christians and the Republicans, they thought that Trump would do them well. Well, I hope I've disappointed every one of them, especially Silent Castle Variety, who hasn't answered me. And this guy, Xoyni. Cannot stand these guys. But a channel definitely to look up. His name is Ackle 4 and Uprising. I don't know who would name their child that. Cannot really say the words, but I spelled it out. There's a lot of guys on the internet. I've been listening to a lot of them. So what we're trying to do now is we're just letting people like Ackle 4 and Uprising and other channels. They had 500,000 subscribers, and he could have been uploading for 10 plus years, and for about 5 or so, we kicked him off the internet. We gave him his channel back with all his subscriber count and all that. Good stuff. Google, CIA, they believe in me. Google, of course, 666. That's another thing. This crazy guy, Xoyni, he keeps talking about how much Google sucks and YouTube sucks and they suppress the truth and they don't let you talk about the truth and what you want and this and that. I think it's just all a big conspiracy. I think he's a hater. I think it's fake news. But, you know, he's entitled to his opinion. Opinions are like assholes, like me. Everyone knows it. Excuse my French. I'm coming to my stopping point. I gotta go meet up with Melania. We're going to McDonald's. I tell her, you gotta try the bagel, Melania. It's great. Bacon or steak, they're both great. Don't listen to what that rabbi says about the meat at McDonald's. Even though it's 100% true, most likely. That human meat and all that. Humans do meat. We meet at McDonald's. I even saw something with a gay date with Bill Gates and who's that guy that owns like the Dairy Queen and all that. He has the Boys Town and all that with the child traffic. What do you call that? Like traffic guards or whatever they're called. You know, back in the day we used to have those like sidewalk people, like they'd say, oh, you can cross the road or whatever. Now you can't. Yeah. So he's big into children and whatnot. What is his name? It's really annoying. Warren Buffett. That's it. Yeah, they had a gay date at McDonald's. I've had many gay dates at McDonald's with Biden, Obama, Art the Clown, The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, etc. But never with Silent Castle or XOY and I, that's for sure. Thank you guys for listening. And as XOY and I would say, God bless, have a good week, enjoy your life, and don't be Donald Trump, because I suck.